Hey kids, welcome. Another episode of Code Rush. We're dog fooding Code Rush 5 days a week. Mark Miller here. I didn't get much sleep last night. Let's see what happens today. I think we're going to be a little bit struggling to get through the code today. I've got kind of a challenging, what I consider some challenging stuff today. We're going to be refactoring, bringing a kind of a UI and some function behind the UI that's inside of a XAML file and pulling it out into its own separate control, user control, and then we're going to use that both in the original and in a new app. That's what the goal is. So let's do that. Just actually one thing I want to do before I do that. Yesterday we were working on visualizing the queue, the card playing queue. Let me show you where we left that off. There's one small change I wanted to make to that. So let's bring this up. This is for integrating with Streamloots. And let's come over here, grab a card, test it. So this card rolls 4d4. So we should see that come out here. There's the card, and there's the die roll. And then that's essentially the that's what it does once. But what happens if like 20 people play the card all at once? And so I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to click this about 20 times. Let me do one thing. I'm going to switch to another view so you can see. Give me 1 second here. All right, that's going to refresh everything when I make that change. But there's the Dungeon Master right up there. We're going to go back and do this one more time, but do this once. I just want to show you. There's the bottom. Right up there is the bottom of the Dungeon Master's video frame. And from that to about the top of the clock right here, right in this space is where we're going to see those names appear. I think I'm going to turn off also for just a second so you can visualize this. I'm going to turn off the drone game a second while I do this. So now I'm going to go hit the play card button like about 20 times. And after I do that, then I'm going to, hold on a second. Then I'm going to go in the chat room. I'm going to change my color, giving a dice color command. Here, let me move it so you can see it right there. A dice color command. And I'm going to specify that I want it to be kind of a purplish blue. And then I'm going to keep going after 20, and we should see the change in color going up over the top. And what I want to do is stop that. That's kind of what I want to do. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Maybe one more for the die roll that just went through. There, we're at 20. But now if I go, whoops, let me change color. And now let's keep going. And we should see them continue to go. That's what I don't want to have happen. So I'm going to stop it right up there. That's what I want to do. Let's refresh these so we don't have to watch all of this run all the way down. Here, let's refresh that. Refresh this. And refresh that. Let's stop it and let's create the fix for that. That's what I want to do right now. While I create the fix for that, we'll re-enable the drone game, get some music going in here one more time. We'll shut it down maybe for the fix. We'll see what happens. Let's see. I think it's going to be a card command. Here's where we are dealing with the queue. There's the viewer role queue right there. Update in-game viewer role queue. Now we take this and we serialize the whole thing. And I think what I want to do is actually, let's do this. Let's go inside here. What's going on inside here? Oh, nice. Okay, cool. This is a little bit better. So we're basically going through and we're checking to see. Yeah, we only added if it's got dice CTOs, which we expect to be true. But we should also do. These are all dice rolls. So instead of sending the whole queue, you want to send the first 20 items, kind of. I really want to send the queue. I want to send the queue position to it is what I want to. I want to, yeah, it is actually. I was going to say only the queue position, but we're setting the queue position right here, and we're just incrementing it. So it's really only up to 20. So I think we'll just come in here and we just say, hey, look, if the queue position, if we go to 0 and we get to 1, we've added 1 at this point. So if queue position is greater than or equal to 20, I think I'm just going to do that. Then we're going to return and get out. So we'll only send. Let's declare constant for this. Max viewers in queue to send. Like that. All right, and then we'll go. We'll do that. I think that'll do it. Let's run it. See what happens. That's Rory in the chat room, and we expect Rory to join us in about a little less than an hour right now. When Rory comes in, he generally always saves the day. He is the least heralded co-host in the world. The guy deserves his own fanfare, but does he get it? No. I haven't built him a fanfare yet. Oh, Copper Beardy's out there. I didn't see that. Oh, Copper Beardy snuck in. How you doing, Copper Beardy? Good afternoon to you. All right, we're starting up, I think. All right, we've started up. I'm going to actually leave the drone game running. You'll see the text overlapped with the Bitcoins over there. May I ask you a question about DevExpress Data Grid? Copper Beardy, you can, but I am like not the expert in it. But you can ask me. The good thing about asking me is I can actually reach out to people who might be able to help. So ask me a question, and I will pass that on. Hold on one second. As you can see, I'm typing in right there, and CardMaker, you can see a little bit of what I'm doing here. Doing a live question in the stream on the DX data grid. Anyone there who can help me? Available? For me to pass that question on to. Like that. Okay. So go ahead, Copper Beardy, ask away. I think I've used the data grid once, like 4 years ago. So I am absolutely not at all an expert in it. Unfortunately, I would love to be able to help you out on that. Okay, let's do the, we've got the, let's do the test. So we're gonna come in here, I'll get 20 of these. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21. Let's change all our color back to kind of a red. Do that. Come back, shoot a few more off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, yeah, it just looks perfect. And I just want to watch a few of these go down before we see the color change from the additional ones in the queue. There it is, right there. Okay. Kind of works for me. All right. I have a list of prescriptions, which each have a list of items. How do I add the count of the items? Count of the list of items to the column of the item on the Blazor server. Yeah, okay, so I'm passing that right on through. And let me throw, and I haven't gotten a response from Jeff yet, which means it may be a little bit before he's, and let me throw this out also to Julian as well. And throw that question out. What's that? What's happening? I can't tell. Fred, what's going on, buddy? You see anything? Look behind you, Fred. Look behind you, Fred. No, look, it's right. Oh, Fred, you missed it. All right. So there you go. I think I hit about 7 more up there on the end of that. So this is cute. So, and if you're just joining us trying to figure out what the heck is Mark doing here, I am like basically working on, there it is right there, queuing and scaling, right? Basically, we're talking about enacting a card game, a game where viewers can play, and I want to be able to handle, I want to have some kind of response to what happens if everybody tries to play at once. So 20 cards all come in at once, that sort of thing. 20 cards get all played at once, that sort of thing. I want to be able to handle a larger scale of this, and the way we've decided to do that is through the queue over here. You can see the different die rolls that are coming up. If I were to change this to a 2d6 and play that, you should see it add right up there. So it shows what my name is and the die roll that's coming up. That's what's currently shown. Got that nice little animation as we do a roll, we move through it. The other thing that we like about this, or that I like about the queue, is it visually shows anybody who's watching the stream what the waiting list is if you're going to play a card that has a die roll on it. So folks might be like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to play now because I have to wait. You know, that's about 2 or 3 minutes right there. Okay. Yeah. Just the count, not an aggregate count, just the count. So anyway, I've thrown that out to 2 folks I know. Oops, here's the question. Let me throw that out as well. Anybody else I should reach out to? I'm going to just keep it with those 2 people right now. I'll do one more. I'm going to do one more. I got one more person I can reach out to. Dev Express. They can maybe help get me to the right people. And we'll see what happens. Okay. What do we got? We got a number of die rolls coming up. I think we'll close that down and reset that. Although the effects are looking good. I think I'll let 3 more rolls go out. So watch the color change too that happens. Even though it's the same person, that person changed their color, and then that shoots the die rolls from that are coming out there. Copperbeard says, I feel like I'm missing something simple, but thanks for reaching out for me. Hey, you're welcome, Copperbeardy. All right, next one should be in pink. And once that comes out, I will, there's the pink with the kind of reddish color. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop that. Stop that. We're going to refresh everything here so we're not inundated with all these rolls. Come over here. All right, that looked like that fixed it. I feel pretty good about that. All right, Coding Gorilla is suggesting binding to items.count. Okay, we got a break there. That one's normal because I actually killed. Oh wow, I killed it and then it reloaded the queue. I need to stop this one too. All right, so we'll stop that and maybe reload one more time. back overlay, dice layer, and the front overlay. And I'm going to start up manually. And we're going to stay in this space because we're going to work in here, so I'm not going to run this right now. Just starting it manually so we get rid of that text up there. Oops, I forgot to get rid of any more up here. Okay. All right. I got a folder over here in, let me just close this down so we can see it. I got a folder over here in my Dragon Humber's Dungeon Master app right here called IDE. And inside here, I've got a bunch of stuff that we built for the editor, the code editor, inside of this app right here. This code editor allows us, where is it right here? Code. It allows us to take a look at different features or different spells and create code for them, for those spells. The editor itself is right over here, so it's this kind of syntax highlighting editor. It also has kind of a crude degree of IntelliSense with it as well. And it also has tooltips based on the parameter I'm on. So kind of cool. All of this is interpreted by our script editor. I want to take this and I want to add it to our CardMaker. Let's set this as the startup project. Let's start this up so you can recall the CardMaker. Take a look at that. It's like I need to close that down again. So this is the CardMaker. Whoops. That's the CardMaker right there. It allows us to build cards. These are the Say Anything cards that we uploaded. We were working on this a while back, and like, I don't know, about a week or two ago. And we got it so we could save and update the image as well as upload all of this data over to Streamlabs, which is very cool. So this tool is for generating a lot of cards very quickly, and then modifying those same cards pretty quickly as well. So just like some examples of the different kinds of looks of cards that you can create out here using these different options, different styles that we built. Excuse me. Potion of some very seriously kicked bottom. Okay. All right. So those are different looks that we can go out there and create. And now what I need to do, the last thing I need to do is, and to be fair, maybe I don't need to do this here, but I need to have a place where I can put the card up and add its code. I was thinking about sticking the code right down here, right? If I maximize this going full screen, I got some space for it here, and that could be a good place to stick the code, maybe. I could also maybe put it down at the bottom as well. I have two events that I'm aware of that I need. Let's bring up our specking app, PowerPoint. We'll talk about this. Tried that, did not seem to work. All right. Still waiting on a reply from the folks on Skype on that. I'll let you know when I get that. Hey. Okay. She said she's leaving me, but she's going to be back. All right, so now let's create a new slide up here. Card events. And I think there are two. Card is played. Card played. And I think card received. Triggered when the card is played. if a card requires a die roll, it's triggered when this event is triggered, and that die roll completes. If a card is an immediate, cannot be held, maybe has no player NPC target, NPC monster target, then this event is triggered immediately immediately when this card is redeemed. Then we've got card received, which is triggered when a card is given to a player NPC monster. And I envision this is used for delivering magic to a recipient when the card is secret. So secret cards, can I scroll that at all without it going to the next page? Nope. All right. Ignore all. So those are the two events I think I need. And I want to be able to put scripted C# code associated with those two. So because I have the two events, I could stick them here and here. I could also create my own separate standalone editor, which I'm considering doing. I'm also, with regards to storage, so let's talk about storage. There's a lot of things to consider here. With regards to storage, right now, I've got this deck right here. And the big page is this cards page right here, where I've got the ID of the card, I got the deck ID. Those don't really, seem to be important. They're actually really important behind the scenes. Let me just bring these over here. And then I got the name of the card. The name of the card can sometimes reveal what it's doing. Like, for example, if it's got a word secret at the beginning of it, then it's a secret card. None of these are secret cards. And then, so we've got all of this data, which is used to generate the image and to set the properties of it. So with regards to storage, I could add 2 additional columns here to store card played and card received. And the nice thing is everything would be in one place. However, the activity of assigning code to a card is different from the activity of creating the image, I think. And I almost wonder if I should create another standalone app and maybe another standalone spreadsheet that just has the ID of the card, maybe its name, I don't know, maybe not, but the ID of the card and its, okay, I've just talked myself into imagining this. I realized that if I do that, the bringing the name over will be useful for readability. The whole point in having a second spreadsheet is for readability, so I can just look at only the code. But now that I've realized, well, really for readability, if I'm gonna look at the code, I need to know what the name of the card is, so I have some context. Well, if I'm gonna copy that much in, then no, it doesn't make sense anymore to have a separate spreadsheet. So, okay, good. So we've answered one question, which is where do we put the data? And the answer is right here. So we're going to add 2 more columns, card played and card received. So we're going to do that. All right, nothing's going in there yet. Now, when I load up a card, when I load it from there, let's look at our CardMaker here. Let's do one thing here, card command. What do I want to do? We are somewhere in here. I think we've got saved cards for viewer roles. Roll is complete. There we go. That's important. So let's take our roll is complete and add to favorites. I want to add it to viewer roll queue, or do I want to give it some other name? I'm going to give it a new name. Card is played. That's what I'm going to call it. So we've got that favorite group out here. Card is played, and I've got roll is complete in there. I think that's good. I'll close all but this. Let me get rid of all of that. Come back over here. And let's open up CardMaker. So here's card. So we hook it up to the spreadsheet using these 2 attributes at the top. And any property that's coming associated with the column, we've got it in here. Now, one of the things I can do is I can create, even though I answered the question, yeah, let's put this here, it still doesn't necessarily imply that I have to, if you rename a method which is favored in the fashion, does CodeRush continue to have it favorited? It does not, Rory. That's my understanding, is it does not. So if I were to come in here and rename this, and I've talked to the devs about this, I've said no. Yeah, see it? It just took it out of here. I was like, come on, guys. So anyway, let's rename it back. And let's re-add it. Yeah, I know. There's some problems with regards to tracking things. The other time the other thing I don't like is if I think we're to cut this, it kills it. It's gone. It needs to be more resilient. I talked to the devs about it. I said, come on, guys. Fight hard to make this good, is what I said. Right? I know this is not easy stuff to do, right? Now we're talking about, you know, undo, redo, deleting stuff, all kinds of things. Make it handle like a cut and a paste into some new location, right? Make it more resilient. They're like, okay. All right. Yeah, I know, Royal. I'm sorry about that too. Yeah, I was noticing, wait, some of the things I've added are missing, and it's because I moved stuff around. Like the killer argument against it is that if I were to use organized members, I bet I'd lose it. If I were to come in here and apply organized members, let's go ahead and try it. Did I lose it? Oh, because I'm running? Didn't like any of that because I'm running. Looks like it didn't lose it though. Okay. I just undid it. So, you know, I haven't looked in that in detail, but I expected that to destroy it. So the fact that it didn't, I was like, all right, that's not too bad. Okay. So question, do I want it standalone? And I guess the reason I'm asking this question is I think I must be leaning towards it. Partially because we got extra space here. When I say extra space, I mean we have kind of extra space in weird places, and I don't want to. It doesn't feel right in terms of filling it in. I could also take everything from card name all the way across and stick it inside of a tab. You know, one that says image and one that says code, which I'm actually kind of liking. play in that space. Normally I'm not a fan of tabs, but I think this is going to be okay for me because I'm not switching back and forth a lot in general. I think I'm either only working on code or only working on the images. So I'm kind of liking that. So here I've got this stack panel, selected card. Embed selection, it's got a tab panel in here. I'm just going to say stack panel and I'll change it to tab control. And I think I got to throw a tab item inside of here. Whoops. And then I do that. All right, that doesn't seem too bad. Tabs are good when they're task-oriented, hiding the detail of a task you don't want to do, and allowing you to focus on the task at hand. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on that. However, occasionally you'll find some controls inside the tabs and others outside where there's common content for multiple tasks, I think is what you meant to say. Yeah, what is this? Header is equal to image. Cool. And I have a template like TI for tab item. Look at that. Look at that, Mark Miller. Good job. We're going to call this code. And what's the second header? Image, code. Sweet. I think that can work. And whenever card is selected, we'll throw the code out there. Okay. All right, so this is a big to-do here. We're going to need to add the Avalon edit control. Let's update card so it's getting that data now for those two new properties we added. We use a CodeRush template, P for property, S for string. Notice it adds the on property change automatically because it sees that I'm inside of something that can use that. This is going to be card played. So that'll be the code associated with card played. I want to throw the column up on top of that. Like that. And let's do another one. Again, we're going to call this card received, I think is what we said it was. I should double check that. Is that what we named it in the column over here? Whoops. Come on. Click the spot. Yeah, card played and card received. Right up there. Okay, this is also a column. All right, now this will read and write the data. When it's reassigned, it'll set the property changed. Everything will work within the app the way we're expecting it to work. I suppose we could let's go grab a. I suppose we could do something like this, where we do a throw a text box down in there, and we'll do a binding in it and make sure that it works. Maybe throw two text boxes in here. So we'll do a stack panel in here, SP events, card events, like that, and we'll do a text box. We call this card played, and we're going to say text is equal to binding card played. And I think that's going to work. Okay, there's one. And the other one is card received. Oops. Okay. So now if we come over into here and we say, well, what is the, let's freeze, columns. We want to actually freeze up to name. So we're going to format, so view, freeze, up to column C. Is that my Skype? Okay. All right, let me go reach out. Got a person, I got a contact that I can go reach out on Copperbeardy's question. And that's Mehul. Let's go get over. All right, I've passed it off to Mehul, and we'll see what we get back from Mehul. Okay, so I've got that there. I just wanted to lock up that left column there. Okay. Card played and card received. You know what I think I want to do? I have to zoom out, I think. I want to take these two columns and move them left. I'm going to make layer mods be the very last one we do. What happened? It looks like it replaced them. Hold on. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. Yeah, this has got a lot of stuff in it too. I want to get it kind of next to a column that doesn't have a lot of data so we can kind of see it. All right, let's go restore that back to 100% view. Scroll over. All right, so cast blight. So we'll just say to LDM, blight has been cast. Might be an example. Blight has been received. All right, so we'll run the app, and if we see those in there, we know that the data is working. Let's run it. That the data binding is working, and that the data is being loaded up from the Google spreadsheet. All right, so under monitor, let's bring it up here. Click on code. Nothing. Let's go figure out what's going on here. Card name. Do I need that? I'm not sure if I need that or not. Also, am I setting the data binding for this, the data context for this specifically? It looks like I'm not. Do I set selected cards data context? Ooh, I do. That's going to be important. Okay, so I want to say SP card events dot data context is equal to card. That'll probably help. I'm kind of feeling this too is valid card. I'm going to want to do the same thing here. All right. All right, so let's kill it, restart it. And similarly, stone. Oh, wait. I said nothing, but I got to be on the right one. There it is. Okay. Blight has been cast. Tell the imp blight has been received. Okay, so let's make a change to it. Now, shoot, I was hoping to see that update. And it's not. Oh wait, it did. When I moved away from it, it did. But not immediately. Interesting. Okay, let me hit save. And let's go see if it's out there in the file. Yeah, it is. Sweet. Okay, good. So we've got round tripping of the data. That's all looks good. It looks like it is playing into our the change activation that we needed. I just had to leave focus, it looks like. If I make a change and then tab a way out, it did not show it here, but it did show it when I went to there. So, okay. All right. Next, we need to refactor and get the Avalon control out of the Dungeon Master app. So we kind of want to take all of this out, put it in its own. It's a lot of checking for dependencies, moving stuff out, creating a new project, that sort of thing. We've tried this in the past. We've had problems with this. Add new project. And I want to go in and choose WPF. Custom control library. I want to use a control library in the .NET framework. Right there. What's the difference between a user control library and a custom control? I think I want this. Imagine they can't be too different. I want to say user control library. That's what I'll say. Mr. Announcer Bot. We're going to call this Avalon. Edit, maybe? Let's see what, yeah, and then we lost this. We just don't have this. It's the weirdest thing, is I cannot create new pieces. All right, so we'll get out of here. That's all right. We have a brilliant workaround to this limitation that we don't really understand why it exists. And I'm just going to create a new project. WPF user. Do that. Oops. Oh, there we go. Cool. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly. I've always been confused about what happens. I always feel like I get an unintuitive answer. What I want to happen and what happens is not quite the same. Like I just want to create one folder, one directory, and I want that Avalon edit project inside there. All right, so we've added that. Now we come back over here. While I can't create a new one, I can add an existing one. So we're gonna make sure everything is saved. And really, why? Why add existing project to come over here? I don't get that part. Let's do this. File. Save as. That's what I'm hoping for. That's the right folder I wanted it to be in. Come up over here. And we're going to add that. Cool. Now I want to take this. Yeah, I'm just going to destructively take it and move it. This is where things go crazy. Before I do this, actually, Let's check in any changes we've had here. What do we got here? Added card played and card received. Events to card. Created Avalon edit project. I'm going to kill these. I do not want those. I don't really care about the Avalon edit as a solution either. But let's get rid of those before we let's close this down. Come over here. Let's get rid of this. Come back over here. Should get rid of user control 1. There we go. Oh yeah. Limited queue visualization to 20 entries in the queue. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, since we're about to let's check that in. Since we're about to make do some serious refactoring, you know, I find it's good to do this just in case I got to back up. I've had to back up on this show, like I want to say about 3 times, maybe 4, right? Where I had an idea, started going forward, pushing hard, and then I realized, ooh, I get a piece of information I didn't have when I started, and I'm like, oh, okay, this doesn't look like the wisest approach anymore, and then I'm like, got to back up. By checking everything in like this, it's you know, the starting point allows me to safely back up easily, quickly if I have to. So my bold idea is to take everything in the ID folder. There are things like shortcuts in here. I don't know what's going on here. Shortcut bindings. Yeah, these are shortcut bindings that are loaded up from a Google spreadsheet. Yeah, all of this. I'm just gonna, my bold decision is without really looking at it, because it's in the folder IDE, I'm gonna drag it and run it over here. So I'm gonna do that and move it. That's my hope. So that move will work. Is it done? Okay, it looks like it's maybe thinking. Okay. Well, there was a lot in there. All right, my next thing, so I've totally broken this, right? My next, what else? Am I gonna have a problem with the, this? I am. I'm gonna need to rename this, but I don't wanna rename it everywhere. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open it back up as a standalone and do the rename there. So Visual Studio and CodeRush aren't all like, oh, Mark, let me rename everything there for you. And that's going to be the fastest way, I think, to rename just that. Did I not save it? Okay, let's go save it. Save everything. Now is it going to load it? Yeah, reload it. Okay. Here we go. Rename that to Avalon edit. Good. We need to bring in some stuff here to make this build. So let's go ahead and add some of those references. It's just going to be easier now to add these from the other instance. I just wanted to get the rename. I'm going to close this actually. Go back over here. What's going on? Yep, the rename is functional and worked. That's good. Let's add the references. So we need a reference to D&D Core at least. I saw that. And Google Helper. Both of those. We also have an Avalon edit thing going on here. So I'm going to come in here, manage NuGet packages for solution. And we're going to look at what's installed across the board here and make sure that we got the same one installed in Avalon Edit. So in 6.01, there, let's install it. Okay, looks like that is successful. Nope, it's my shot. Screechrat's in here too. Ask, what are we breaking today? Watch this. I'm just going to send out a number 1 out there, and it's going to trigger Screechrat's fanfare. Because of the fuel. Look out! Whoops, I get the lady fanfare. I didn't mean to have that one up. Let's turn her off. Go back over to Fred. Turn on Fred's nameplate. So we got Fred there. Let's hide the scroll. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. What are we breaking today? Well, we're breaking the Dungeon Master app. I just pulled out a whole folder of files, dragged them over into a separate folder. I'm going to get this to compile, and then I'm going to get this to compile. So step 1 is here. We're going to break it. We're breaking out all the code we wrote for the Avalon editor. Essentially, it has awareness of Dungeons and Dragons framework in its IntelliSense. It's a scripting. Essentially, it's a scripting. It's an editing control with scripting awareness tooling built into it, and I want to use it from 2 different projects. So that's what we're doing. Pudding says last night's Dragon Hunters was so fun. Yeah, kids, if you're not watching it, hey, it's only going to get better. When we get this card thing going, it's going to be rocking here. Who's that? Somebody knocking at our door? Who's this? Hello?
Hello.
Rory.
It's just me.
You stopped by. Got another
did.
visit from Rory. Rory is in the house. That's right. Before he leaves, I'm going to say this. He's awesome.
Wow, that's getting that in there quite quick. Are you expecting me to leave any minute?
No, I'm expecting you to save my butt, because you know what? I didn't get much sleep last night.
No?
No.
That's not good.
Went to bed late.
Sleep is really useful.
Woke up early. Yeah, at one point, so I haven't told you about the cat, I don't think. We don't
think so.
own a cat. But
I've heard you mention that, but has it not adopted you?
The cat has decided that it owns us. I've been, don't be fooled by it, Rory. Mark says, I've been saved. Did that work or not? Did Mark, I have been saved work? I need to look into that. I don't think it did. I don't think it worked. Let me just do a quick test here.
I was able to dismiss a scroll earlier.
Yeah, but it's these bubbles that are not working.
Gotcha.
And it's something going on. Yeah, it's something with the chat room, with the CodeRush chat room is not quite getting it or working. And it didn't work. Pudding says, it's on my list.
That wasn't me, was it? I didn't break that.
No. It's on my list to fix. I haven't done it. Anyway, there's a cat who was purchased by the neighboring business. And then the neighboring business is like, yeah, we're not here all the time. So the cat's like, okay, we're going to go to Mark's house because Mark's allergic to cats. And we're gonna get the kids to love us, and the mom, and so that's what the cat did.
Cats are cunning like that.
Yeah, this cat has essentially pretty much decided it's living with us, but I've said, okay, fine, the cat can be in the house, but it cannot go in my bedroom where I sleep because
slippery slope.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not gonna. So anyway. I'm trying to go back to sleep this morning, right? It's early in the morning. I still got a chance to get like a couple hours sleep, an hour maybe. And I'm just starting to doze off and I hear this kind of and I think it's a dog because the dogs are kind of like, there's at least, we have 3 dogs. Don't ask me why. I said no to every one of them. We have starting to occur to me. I don't really have control over my own destiny. And anyway, So I open it. There's two of the dogs are in the bedroom, chilling out, getting a nap, laying down, whatever. And so I think it's one of the dogs. I open up the door, but it's not. It's the cat. The cat is like this, and the cat looks in, but knows that every time it's run into my room before, I've fetched it out with a broom. So get out of here.
Sure.
Right? No, everyone else here is yes. What? Screecher wants to make me talk, I think is what it looks like. Yeah. Oh, no, I see. No, he's saying Mark says no. Everyone else here is yes. Yeah, that's kind of it. They're like, we named it Tesla for you, Dad.
Oh, yeah. This is a conspiracy at this point.
We named this one Einstein. So, for you, Dad, because you said no. Anyway, so the cat is like kind of looking in, look at the room, knows there's danger, and then kind of just goes back here like this. And I'm like, I kind of get up, I get out, and the cat, I go to the door, open it. The cat is just trying to ask me to go outside. And I was thinking, well, that was remarkably intelligent for the cat.
Yes.
To know that
good.
I was there and we have some level of communication.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my life. All right, let's go right click over here, do a build, see what we got. Build started. What's our fail? What's our error list here? Wait, it says no. Oh, wait, here we go. Carrot is in comment. Does not implement D&D variable get value. Oh, I need the expression evaluator. Okay. So that may be what we need. I think it's that one we're grabbing right there. Let's try now. Character trigger provider. Where are we here? This is it's in the root over there. Got this thing called character trigger provider. That looks like it needs to come over here. We'll just throw it into there. And let's go find that. Right there. Get that, save it. Completion provider, really? Where's my completion provider? Yep, it's out over here. There it is. Okay, so maybe I wasn't as organized as I wanted it to be. I'm going to throw this up here, code completion.
So I caught a little bit of what you said you were doing. We're extracting the Avalon editor, or our derivative version of it, I should say, out of its current location. But where are we putting it with what sort of ultimate goal?
Hold on a second. I'm distracted by a response here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so basically my response back, is Copperbeardy still out there? Yeah, Copperbeardy's out there, it looks like. Copperbeardy, or maybe not, it's Copper's Beard out there. Maybe
I see Copper's Beard.
Yeah, it looks like Copperbeardy may not be here. Copperbeardy asked a question earlier. And anyway, if you're watching this, oh yeah, Copperbeardy's out there. Hey Copperbeardy. So the suggestion is to contact support. It can be done, but contact support. So it's support at DevExpress.
I think that's usually because it's a little bit more complicated than just a sort of a quick message can convey. And it's a lot easier if we can lay out an example for you in said support ticket. Make life a bit easier.
So you can throw an email to them, or you can go to our support center, which you can get to by going to devexpress.com, clicking the link out there. There's another way to do it, but it involved bringing up some stuff that I don't have running right now. So for me to get kind of the better support for you. I may have that open and running in the future in case questions like this come in. But basically the best answer was to go to go to support. I apologize for not getting you something better, but that's what we got for now. All right, completion provider right here. Nope, Avalon edit is what I meant to call this. There it is. All right. What else do we got? High completion provider. Okay, we're getting close, I think. I like that that's the only error now. All right, let's move it over first, and then we'll... So high completion provider is probably right in here. The cool thing about this move is it shows us, oops, our organization was not as sweet as it looked like. Right? In other words, you look at this folder structure and you think, oh, wow, somebody was, impressively organized here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're like, oops, well...
Less so inside said folders.
Yeah, well, we just, no, it was good. That part's good. It was just that we had a couple files that weren't in here that should have been in here from an organizational standpoint. Let's close all these down.
Fair enough.
Do one more. Yeah. Thanks, Roy, for that link out there. Character trigger provider. Who's using this? Text list completion provider. Okay, so if that's part of code completion, I'm going to throw this up in here too. And does it make sense? Let me create maybe one more folder in here. I like to create a folder called core that puts kind of low-level base classes. And I'll throw those into core right there, those three. Okay. Did we get a build here? All right, build failed. What's the failure? Or is it just... One succeeded, one failed. Okay, I just want to build only Avalon edit. I thought if I could just control that one right there. Modifiers. This is in text completion engine, which is an IDE. So modifiers, we don't know what that is. That's
modifiers probably
bizarre.
held either in, is it WinForms or XAML level?
Why wouldn't that be already? Because I just moved the file. That's really bizarre to me.
What kind of project did you make to contain this? Is this just
Oh, it's in. Hold on.
Is it a console?
Hold on. Did I add this? It's in the.
Oh.
It's over.
Oh, these
here.
are our additional helper methods. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they are. Let's see where they're used. I'm not sure I want to put them in Avalon edit. I want to maybe create something new. This is weird. What's going on here? Keyboard modifiers. Did I grab that and move that over? Yeah, it seems more general than... So it's kind of general purpose, kind of really library. It's like the question is, okay, do I create the smallest known project that contains this file because I want to use it from a couple different places, or do I stick it in some place where I'm already using it? I think I meant smallest known project. I think I may have said smallest known file, that contains just one file.
Yeah.
I think I'm leaning towards that, though.
So you didn't quite answer. What's the purpose in our Avalon edit project? Will it ever be required without? Well, I guess modifiers might be required without it. That's what you're leaning towards, isn't it? And therefore it might need to go in a smaller piece.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm suggesting. It's basically we got these wrappers just around, code like this so that we can very quickly get what we need. Even this right here, the has flag right here. These are just common pieces here. Yeah, I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to create a new. create a new project. And I'm gonna say WPF library, like a library option.
You're running some kind of strange resolution, or possibly zoomed in or something.
No.
Dialogue there, the font in the upper left feels like that would normally be on one line. Create a new project.
Yeah, that's because my font size is larger, I think, for this text.
Okay.
That's the setting. So, well, this is there we go. WPF. I got a library that's a .NET Core. I went to .NET Framework. Library. My only option to do a WPF library is with why don't they have a framework filter? That's kind of weird. Did I just say .NET Framework? Maybe the word framework?
How strange.
Okay, so I'm looking for library, WPF library. Come on.
Oh no, that's same thing again.
This is as much a mess to you as it is to me. Class library, .NET Framework.
I mean, to some extent, I don't know how much of if you just had a framework library, adding WPF to it is just a matter of references, right?
It is. I'm just going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. And once again, because it's,
Are we going to hit the problem where cannot create or add project again?
No, because I'm in a separate instance of Visual Studio.
Okay.
So I'm just copying that. The project name is going to be shared core. I think I'm going to call it shared core.
This is the hardest part of Dungeons and Dragons as well. It's thinking up your character name.
Yeah.
You spent ages rolling the dice and configuring everything, and now you need a name for the ages. It's just like projects. It's like you can spend ages on that.
I'm deleting themes and all of that from it. Build, are we good now? Build succeeded, save, close down shared core. Come back over here. Add exist. Oh, not what I wanted. I wish it should have the microphone on, but not uploading my sound. But just so it hears me say "oh," like that, it's like, wait, I know what you want. Existing item, right? That's what I want to. No. Add new project.
You want to add new project, so you right-click the solution.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
All right, and so now we want to go to shared core.
Okay.
Cool. Shared core. All right, where's my modifiers? Where's modifiers? What's in my keyboard? We'll need to change that. Okay. In the root, my keyboard, you're moving down to shared core. Let's build that a sec. Do you have any problems with shared core?
We probably don't have a reference from our Avalon to the shared core, do we?
Nope, not yet. We don't have any of those yet, but those all look good. Okay, good. Looks like I'm going to assume that build worked. 0 succeeded. Really? I right-clicked on shared core and I hit build. I just want that one to build. Fine. All right, it's going to make me do the other references. Let's do it. Add reference.
Looks like we've got references to main window.
Where are you seeing that? In the dialog?
First error in the list.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Code completion.
Oh, maybe you're right, actually. That's weird. I was going to say, don't worry about that. It'll all work out in the end, but maybe it won't, actually. Let's get the shared core reference in here. And let's change its namespace. And My keyboard, change the file name. Here's shared core. Now let's go find modifiers. Let's go back up here. Oh, we got problems with shared core I saw in here. Hold on. Nope, they're gone. Oh, no, wait, there they are right there. Keyboard modifiers. Where are you, keyboard modifiers? In Avalon Edit.
Oh. Let's hope they're nice and easily transportable. That looks all right, though.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Keyboard modifiers are where? They're in the IDE system. Let's pin this because we're going to need to be doing some stuff here. Keyboard modifiers. Grabbing you. Shared core. Okay. Now what do we got here in terms of projects? Avalon Edit's got one issue. We just need to use shared core. That should fix that one. Can I convert from shared core keyboard modifiers to keyboard modifiers? What's happening there? Feels like a namespace issue. That's shared core. That's shared core.
Did the keyboard modifiers vanish from Avalon Edit when you put them into shared core, or have you got two copies?
They vanished. I pulled it out right here.
Okay.
But really, all right, so let's look at keyboard modifiers and shared core. Okay, I'm sensing a restart Visual Studio issue on this. What does clean do? Is that going to...
I thought I saw something there in shortcuts for Avalon Edit.
You know what? Tell me what you mean by shortcuts.
So in the simple search, I thought I saw an additional entry, as if there was a second.
Oh, right here. These are recent
Yeah.
items. If I click on that, it
Okay,
takes me
won't
nowhere.
take you anywhere because it's gone.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
it's
Good.
gone. I think what the problem is, well, maybe I'm wrong. I was going to suggest it. I thought I had a theory on that. Yeah, I'm feeling like this is a restart Visual Studio. I think Visual Studio thinks, let me save everything. I'm going to close and restart. Argument 2. Yeah, I think Visual Studio thinks, hey, Mark, that's still around. And I'm like, hey, Visual Studio, pretty sure it's not. Let me restart you. And it's like, no, Mark, you don't need to restart me. I'm your friend. And I'll say, well, let's see what happens. See if this build works, or at least if we don't have that error anymore. Then, yeah, Visual Studio, I needed to restart you. Build failed, but nothing in the error list yet. Okay, here we go. All right.
That's a lot less errors.
This is better. better. Okay, so we need to just do the shared core. Nice.
Hey, presto.
Look at that. Okay. Build. Okay, now we get these main Windows ones. What is going on there? What am I doing there?
Yeah. So there's some method invoke code completion in the main window, which we're probably not supposed to know about.
Look at who took a shortcut a while back. And we got the same issue here. All right, so we need to get some, we need to get an event here, I think, on this.
Sort of makes sense though with the hint on the screen there. The show parameter tooltips. Tooltips are going to happen outside of the editor, on top of it, maybe overlapping the edge of it. So they need to be an external facility to the actual editor.
Yep. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So I think
we kind of need to abstract the part of the main window which we're augmenting into some kind of an interface, a sort of iparentable space or whatever. And that can have show parameter tooltip if necessary and the other method.
Sure. I was gonna create a static event on this because it doesn't say. I just did tab to next reference on it. Nobody's creating an instance of show tooltip command. Well, nothing here. Let's go do a search. It could be. Let's see if we find it anywhere, because it could be that other things are referencing it, but they can't yet because I've broken the code. So I'm going to do a find all here and see if there are any instances created. It looks like none. Interesting. So my guess is these are automatically registered. That's my guess. Somehow. Let's go look at the other issue. And this one is in a code completion command. What can I do? Tab to next reference here. Yep. And also this is an indicator too as well, that there's some sort of automatic registration. Let's do find all. And again, nowhere. Let's just verify that. I'm going to drill all the way up here to itext command. Let's tab to next reference for this guy. Did we get out of here? Execute. Command comes in. We find it. Template engine of text commands. Add text command. There we go. We're getting the types from here and we're adding them in. So it does look like there's an automatic registration of these commands. So I think we're okay there. So I think my event is potentially going to work here. So we're going to I'm just going to use regular event handler. And we're going to call this show parameter tooltip. And instead of typing the whole thing in, should I give it the whole name like that? Let's do that. Create an event trigger for it, and then we're going to call it from here on show parameter tooltip if necessary. And the sender, I forget which, I haven't worked on these in a while. Yeah, it's going to be the text area. Because the text area, let me take a peek at the other one. What was the other one? Text area is here too. Let's do this. I'm going to change this a little bit. I'm going to create a new delegate here that's going to be a text area event handler. Text area event args. Text area event args. There's my text area, like that. Here's my constructor. Let's throw this to its own file. I like having my delegates all by themselves as well. Text area event handler. Where are you? We're in text commands. Wait, where? Code templates, text commands. Let's create a new folder down here. Call this delegates. Okay. Well, this is static. So there's going to be no this. Well, I guess there is a this. We can do. Then we're going to say new text area event args of text area. Okay. Next, we need to hook this up so we don't forget about this. This is in show tooltip command. So we're looking for something like that. So we're going to hook this up over in DHDM, add a reference to Avalon edit, and probably in our main window, we'll hook that event up. Shared core in there. I think we need an Avalon edit as well. I don't think we have that yet. Hook game events. Now it's not really the game events we're going to call. Hook editor events. And then we're going to do this. Good. And then here we're going to say main window. Well, that's this. Just show, should be show parameter if necessary. Parameter tooltip if necessary. That's what we need to call. And it's interesting though, we're not needing the text area at all there, it looks like. Okay. Cool. All right. That's one. What's going on with invoke code completion? How do we not use... I'm just worried. I'm worried that these implementations are like, now let's get the control and grab its text area when I really want the text area I'm passing in. That's kind of what I'm anticipating. Text completion engine. Where's that? Text completion engine. Good. And Avalon edit. Good. Good. Invoke code completion. All right. So it looks like we don't need it. Okay. So we do need though an event in here that's similar to the other event, which is here. All right. So this one is going to be expansion complete. On expansion complete. Ooh, shoot. Expansion completed. Let's do that. All right. And down here, we're going to say that, and then we're going to say on expansion completed. This, comma, new text area, event args, passing in text area. We want to call that. All right, so code completion command. We need to hook that up. And then we want to call invoke code completion from that event. Okay. All right. I think that is... Roy, you still with me, buddy, by the way? Quiet. I cannot hear you. If you were with me, your mic may have been...
Oh, sorry. I
No worries.
muted again.
No worries. I'm like...
Inline mute buttons are really useful, like if you have to sneeze or cough or something like that, but they're really annoying if you just happen to sort of bump up against them.
No worries. You know what? It was great because I was thinking, well, I must be doing really well because Roy hasn't said anything yet. And I just kept thinking about how great I was. Well, look at this. We don't have any errors. Is that really, really true? Is it that easy?
I think that's plausible, yeah.
I'm skeptical. I want to see some errors. I want to see more. Wow. Okay.
Well, you know the old adage, just because you don't see compile time errors doesn't mean there's no errors.
I think we can ship it. Don't have a button.
They're not bugs, they're undocumented features.
Oh, it doesn't compile. 12 errors. Can't copy. Oh, these are all good errors. Can't copy. That's because we're running.
It's a Dropbox.
That's because this thing's running.
Oh, well, yes, sorry.
All right. So that actually is kind of interesting. Let's set this as the startup and verify that we still have the Avalon edit working.
I guess we know the two pieces that would be affected, which is the code completion and the tooltips. If they're still working, everything's good, right?
Yeah. I noticed they were working in places I didn't want them to work in, and sometimes they were working in strings, for example. Like one part I intentionally wrote it so it would work in strings because some strings were sending like the names of animations. I wanted to feed those out in strings. 404 not found.
Okay. That's trying to get to Streamloots.
It is.
They've had that problem with us before.
I'm not sure they have actually. Let me try one more time. I'm wondering if my browser key that I grabbed is expired, and they just decided to do that now. We gonna get another stop there, or is it gonna get past that? Got that note there to myself. Yeah, look at that. All right, I'm going to run it. I don't know if an exception here is going to kill us. Yeah, we get past it. So, interesting. We'll have to figure that one out, the 404 not found. Okay, so let's, in the meantime, go to code. And look at that. We got the tooltips coming up.
Well, that's good.
Let's see what else we can get here. And it looks like this is working too.
There's some code completion.
All right.
Nice.
Okay, step one.
It's not all a pile of ash.
There we go. It's not a pile of ash. Okay, good. Great. Streamloots thing is a little bit unnerving to me. Remember we took down Streamloots the other day? When
I just had a quick look at them, both logged in and logged out. They seem to still be there at the moment.
Okay.
So.
Don't underestimate my ability to take them down. Okay, let me start up. I'm going to start up the standalone. Let's see. I'm going to start up the standalone so we can still have control of Fred and all that other stuff. Yeah, we kind of took down. It looked like we did. We're correlated. Coding Gorilla is like, you took down Streamloots? There was some strong correlation between us making a bad API call, sending the wrong data in, and Streamloots being down for like about 10 minutes. And it totally happened. And we were like, it would happen live on one of the shows we did a while back. Yeah. So, okay. So, anyway, this is back up again. I'm happy about that, about the tooltips. Yeah, that's all happy for me. Okay. Next. Cool. We need to take our Avalon. We need to take our... We're not running here, so that this app is just standalone. This is starting up standalone there.
Yeah.
We need to take our main window, the XAML from the main window, and move it over to a user control over in Avalon Edit is what I think we need to do.
Okay.
So I'm going to come in here and say, give me a new user control. And I've done this like once or twice in my life, and it's been a long time, so I'm not like an expert here at all. I'm going to call it Avalon Edit because I don't. Can I do that? Same name? Maybe I shouldn't do it the same name. Avalon Editor.
You know what you need here, Mark? What you need here is some kind of component developer kit.
Haha.
Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
I think that was
wrote
my
that.
first contact with you
Oh, really?
of any kind. I was programming out of a place on the south coast of England, and sure enough, there was Code Rush for Delphi at the time, I think, or
Yeah.
the CDK was around that
And
time.
the CDK was there. I didn't know you
And,
knew me
yeah.
that long.
Well, I knew of you for that long, shall we say?
That's remarkable because that's like a long time ago. That's like I was that was one of the first tools I made, and then I was like, and then yeah, I did that, and then I thought, oh, the next thing I want to do is a tool that makes it easier to implement design patterns into your code and integrate it. And prior to that, I'd never worked in Delphi because I didn't like the editor. I used a standalone tool. I think I want to call CodeWrite. That's what I think it was called. And unfortunately, Delphi just didn't have what I needed. But the tool I was thinking about building, the design patterns tool, was going to be integrated in Delphi, which required was basically saying, hey devs, you got to go work in Delphi now, and or Delphi, depending on if you're in the States or wherever you are. And I was like, I can't, in good conscience, force people to work in Delphi without fixing Delphi. So I built Code Rush for Delphi, and that's how the whole thing started. It started from the kind of an offshoot from the CDK.
Yeah, I mean, I probably came across that relatively late in its life. I want to say 97 or 8.
But it was a great tool for what it did. It was like basically just drag and drop the pieces of the control you want to build the functionality you want to add to your control, and it would just fold everything in.
It kind of walked off and got the code associated with it. It was almost extract control refactoring to some extent.
Yeah, I think that was
possibly the early work that became that. I want to work in Delphi. I've never been to Greece.
Nice. Well, you can do both. Okay, so let's see. What are we doing? We're grabbing so we got the user control here, and over. This is going to be the tricky part, right here. Over here in main window, we need to go find our Avalon edit. I say it's going to be tricky. Wouldn't that be sweet if it was as easy as the other part was? There's our Avalon editor right there. We also have nearby the editor, we have something I'm thinking about also bringing across. What are 55 errors? Oh, is that because I added the control? I added this user control here? It's in D&D UI? I don't even get this. What is happening? All this compiled and built.
I was going to say it was all character sheets, but it's not. There's a few other things in there.
Yeah, what's going on in source tree? Is source tree showing anything with D&D UI? I'm going to say no. It's just got these new files and these kind of deleted files. I almost think that a rebuild is going to clear all those up. In fact, let's do that before we do anything. Let's do a rebuild and see if we still got those errors. I'm like, what changed? Did I accidentally delete something or reference or something?
I don't remember seeing that happen.
Field 2, trip to Greece. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, slight problem. Lockdown.
Lockdown?
like international difficulty in flying anywhere.
No, I didn't know that. All right, so look, yeah, we're in big trouble over here in D&D UI. Wait, what's going on now? Unable to copy files. Well, we can't copy files. Hold on. Let's close this down.
That's true. We're running
again.
yeah.
Let's do a rebuild one more time. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think this clean solution does anything. I don't know what it does, and every time I do it, it just doesn't seem to necessarily fix whatever problem I thought I had. Whoops, I did a
See,
build.
I stopped using Clean Solution a long time ago, but I think it was around the time I started using Git, which meant that I could very reliably just kill off all changes that I had made. And that was usually what I'd have wanted to be doing with it. I don't know whether that was its purpose or not, but mind you, we've still got some errors there.
Yeah, but look at this. I'm looking at build succeeded. Right
okay.
there. And
so the other day I noticed in some of my TypeScript I was looking at that some of the errors being generated were effectively by the TypeScript compiler, but others by IntelliSense. And the list you've got there by default says both build and IntelliSense errors. There's a little drop down. And you can elect to not have one of those if you disbelieve your IDE versus what build is reporting.
Wait, where's the drop down?
Just above your head to the left on the screen. So it's in the toolbar. So there are the build errors. And you can opt to see the IntelliSense errors on their own.
What's going on there?
Not quite sure, at what point they're supposed to diverge, because I'd have argued please let them stay the same. But I guess you don't build all the time.
I've never seen these before. I'm like, wait, what? Right?
This is very weird, isn't it?
This isn't a control that's used. I'm almost like, Visual Studio, I'm shutting you down one more time. I want to see what happens if I restart it. Because this resonates with issues I've seen in the past where if I'm doing, a lot of the moving of things around between projects. All right, let's try one more time. Rebuild solution. Show them both.
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing that out, Rory. haven't seen that before.
Yeah. It feels like the vast majority of the errors that have popped up are all with XAML files as well. So like we'd broken something fairly fundamental to XAML. And look, warnings yes, but errors no so far.
CardMaker says, when I see error there, I tend to close the solution, delete the project bin and object folders, and see if they repair. Yeah. What was up with that? Okay, so we've got to build. I'm going to come back over here. We're going to check all this in. Is what we're going to do, and we're going to call this like stage 1 of our Avalon refactoring complete. And we got
subtitle: things still no breaky.
Yeah, no breaky. No breaky. No breaky yet. Okay, that looks good. So we're going to commit that. Okay. All right, that's all good. Back over to, let's run the standalone. I'm not going to do the build for a while.
Copperbeardy's comment regarding delete the project bin and object folders, that sort of triggers a memory in me that perhaps that's what the clean solution was. It was this idea that they'd introduced incremental builds or something like that, so not everything was inherently build everything from scratch. And if for some reason the cache got a bit confused and decided, well, no, you haven't really changed the code, so I won't really rebuild anything, this stuff that was in your bin folder could actually be getting in your way. So clean solution was kill off all the debug, all the bin, all of that stuff, and start the compile from scratch.
Got him back.
Oh, that's not good.
And what's also interesting is when I double click this error, it just puts me here. It doesn't put the caret in any useful space for this. The local property name can only be applied to types that are derived from framework element. What do you want to bet the character sheets is derived? What's that? Oh, just in time. I just need a little bit of some ice. Give me some ice in there. All right. Thanks so much, Frackberg. There goes Frackberg. One of the most beautiful fanfares around, by the way, kids. I feel like.
Oh yes.
I feel like if there was an awards, there
should be some awards for that one, yeah.
For fanfares, I should host my own award ceremony for my own fanfares.
I'm pretty sure you could make a fanfare to back that.
Do a show. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And you're going to get your fanfare one day, Rory. Don't you worry. Okay, let's go back over to the main window. We're going to get in there, find that Avalon. Yeah, I've been slacking on my Twitch viewing lately. Sorry. No worries, buddy. I'm like, there's no hurdle anybody has to jump through. You guys hang out whenever you want. Okay.
Those
so
errors just disappear again.
I closed the window, I think.
Oh,
I think I was going to point out is up above this. Do you see them up here? You don't see them here, but they're the icon saving and icon saved. Are these things referenced anywhere in the code? They are. I want to move all these. I want to move this code. All right. So I'm going to, this is the big breaking thing that I'm about to do here. So I'm going to take this whole stack panel, take this all the way down. Yeah, the whole stack panel to including the editor. So it's everything there, including the save icon, which I like anyway. I like the way the saving was done. And I'm going to cut it to the clipboard. I'm going to drop a marker here so we can put it back, something back in here. And then I'm going to come over to my Avalon editor XAML. And it's a stack panel, so I'm just going to replace the grid with a stack panel. And now I think we're going to have a problem. Did I reference Avalon already? I don't think I did. Oh no, wait, I installed it. I did a NuGet install of it. So it looks like maybe it is finding it. Do I want to change my background? Maybe that's going to work. Now let's go over here. Did we reference Avalon edit yet? I think we did add a reference already. Let's double check that. Yeah, okay, it's there. And now let's see if we can get this in. I may have to use, I think I have to, I don't think it's going to get that. I need to do the namespace addition up at the top here. There's a coder's template called NS for namespace. And is it just that? Assembly name is Avalon edit. I think that's all I have to do. And then get back out to where we were. And I think this is the syntax. There we go. Okay, cool. Now we've got an Avalon editor in here. Slight problem I just realized. This thing used to be called TV status. Just realized I was not as careful as I should have been. TBX code. Okay, so TBX code is no doubt referenced and probably broken over here inside the code behind there.
Yeah.
Let's do a search.
So what? Expose a property with that name and then I don't know, rename to something.
Yeah.
Mind you, do you want to have that level of invasiveness? Like, I don't know if there's necessarily much way around it.
We'll get it. We'll get it. We're going to get this one piece at a time here. So we're going to, first thing we need to do is we need to give this a name. There's a coder's template XN to give it a name, and we're going to call this thing, I'll call it the code editor. That's what I'll call it. And then text completion engine. What's going on in this? What do you need out of this TBX code? It's got a text editor. What is this
gonna
type? Is this a
grab a
Avalon?
reference to it. Well, look at it.
Yeah,
that
it's Avalon Edit.
is.
Okay. And it's just going to hold on to it.
And then hook a bunch of its events.
Well, it's getting the area. Yeah, you're right. It's hooking a couple of its events too. It's using the object area, getting this
It's also
events.
the placement target in the method above that.
Tell me about that. Method above?
Line 42.
Got it. Okay. So we want to get over to Avalon Editor here, and I think we want to expose this text editor. Is what we want to do. Give it a property in there is what we want to do. Let's look at the code behind here. We just want to reveal. We just want that right there. It is a type text editor. So I want a read-only property. Text editor. And then we're going to say return TBX code.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that means over here for TBX code, we're going to say code editor dot text editor.
Yes.
I'm not entirely certain that I'm liking all these names yet, but we'll go with that.
That's what the rename refactoring was invented for.
You're right.
Making sure you don't have to care immediately.
Yep.
And you can get on with the algorithmic side of things.
Okay. All right, let's keep going. Oops, I hit Control C. I wanted to paste. Oops, missed one. Looks like we got them all. Okay. Avalon editor does not contain definition. Oh, okay. For this, we need to go find that. Show status saving code. Yeah, I think we want all of this here. What's in code changed? Update selected event. Set event code. Okay, so code changed. We need to fix that. We need that. Hold on a second. Let me get back to where I was. All right. So this needs to be a trigger, and it ultimately needs to come back and call code changed inside of here. So I'm going to grab all of these three right here and put them over here. This is a little tricky right here. I think the best solution to this is with a begin update and an end update. And in my begin update, we've got some sort of variable here called update count. And then we're going to say if updating and changing internally. Let's make this be a read-only Boolean. And then we're going to return update count greater than 0. Okay. This means now we need to call begin update and end update anytime we're calling changing internally inside of the window, main window. There's one right there. I kind of think I want to do this. And let me just do this. I'll just rename that one right there. And then I want to come in here, change this to that. And
so you're going to centralize your begin and your end as well as your evaluation.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is
Because essentially we're saying we're introducing side effects deliberately of the setting and unsetting of changing internally.
Yeah, I think what I want to do is I want to say if value, or maybe we'll just assign it here. And we're going to say if, is this fair? Am I going to get in a lot of trouble going from a Boolean to a count? Like this only works if I've got my, what, no tab to next reference on that? Hold on. Go back to that one. Still no tab to next reference on it? What's going on?
Did we accidentally change all the others to have the underscore?
Nope, I don't think so. Those are there when I do rename.
They are there.
All right, hold on. Wow, this is a mess here. So I guess my idea here, and I'm not liking my idea anymore very much, but it's like it saves me from having to make changes everywhere. I've got to verify that everywhere. Yeah, look at that. Tab to next reference is not working. I'm like, I don't want to report this because it's like I have code that's not even like structurally right. Now it might be better. Hold on. Let's see if tab to next reference works now. There we go. Okay. So, all right. It's got to be in the pairs always with try finally. So if that's true, then what my change will work. Every assignment has got to have a try finally with a false. So going from true to false, true to false. I think it's going to work. So what I'm going to do is if changing internally, then we're going to say the Avalon editor, code editor. I'm trying to remember what I called it. Code editor begin update. And then we're going to say else end update. Okay. All right. So I think I got around that tricky part right there. That was a little bit, that may not have been so obvious, but I was really smelling like that was going to be an edge case bug I was about to introduce right there. And then we got this code change piece right here. For that, we need, I think, an event that we're going to trigger back out of here. What's interesting is code changed. The call from the main window did not pass any data, right? There's no parameters in here. So I'm just going to I'm going to follow that structure, even though it's probably not the most helpful to, future folks are going to use this, but I'm going to come in here and just create an event handler called code changed, like that.
Okay.
And does it conflict with the name of this? No, not really, because we don't have that yet. And then we're going to create an event trigger for it. And
this is a nicer way of handling it as well, because the previous version made presumptions and actually forced the calling, or sorry, should we say the containing structure to have a particular structure, to have that method name. Whereas this, the contract is on us to have an event that we raise that the caller, also the containing structure, can choose to listen to.
Yeah.
So, it's I don't know, it's more polite, if you like, to its
no, you're right. No,
related bits of code.
It is getting better. That's one of the cool things when we do the refactoring like this. All right, let's go back over here. We've got in our hooking up our editor events. Let's go find that. Hook up editor. Wait. Oh, it's just hook. Editor events. Okay. And now we're going to say code editor dot. Let's go to the hierarchy. And there it is right there. Code changed. Do that. And then from here, we're going to call code changed. Boom. That feels like that connection has been preserved.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to rename this to uppercase C now. Because it's a data gate, so I can see that, oh yeah, that looks like it's a property to me, right? Because that would be uppercase.
Yeah.
Sinister 7, where are you? We need your help. Oh, yeah, Avalon.
He's here, kids. There he is.
Here, White House.
I think that guy was delivering a package to me. Icebergs and merge configs. Some things need to saving. CardMaker says merge conflict. I use the swear at computer approach, although it never seems to do much. Frackberg said earlier, I missed that. Life got weird on me. Well, sorry about that, Frackberg. I think. Sometimes weird life isn't so bad. All right, what's going on here? Avalon does not contain definition code. Key down. Oh, there it is, right there. I need to get.
We're going to have a few of these, aren't we?
Get some of these. Grab them. Bring them across. Start tooltip timer. Uh-oh. I don't. I want to say this, right? Like my reaction just there. Oh no, right? Because you can just see this going like this, right?
Yeah.
In terms of areas it's touching. But I actually am somewhat optimistic at this stage. These may be, famous last words. But at this stage, I think it's going to spread, but I don't think it's going to go far. I think we're going to be like, okay, got that. And I think we're going to find, oh, you know what? Putting the tooltip timer in this Avalon editor makes sense, along with an event to bring it up. That's what I think. That's what I think. So we're creating the tooltip timer. Let's go explore this thing.
You've got to remember that all the steps we're taking here are ultimately to make this a nice, neater package for use in any future endeavor, including the one we have in mind. So it is worth doing. It's just, as you say, it can fan out a little bit. Hopefully it won't fan too deeply, and everything will work out.
I'm kind of feeling the parameter tooltip goes with the user control. I'm kind of feeling this command. I don't think it's an event. I'm actually feeling this thing is we're going to build in parameter tooltips automatically in it. That's what I'm feeling. I kind of want to just take it and move it. The risk of grabbing the chunk is that chunk may have a whole bunch more pieces that, in other words, an event could cleanly connect to it and say go. But my gut feel was move it across. is that's what my gut feel is.
I would tend to agree. I think in the same sense as if we were inheriting once more the text editor, then it should sit outside of that. But we're not doing that. We're making a user control that contains the text editor and thus can contain this as well. And they kind of go together as a unit.
Although it's interesting, we've already, decoupled this in this code we wrote earlier, where we bound this show parameter tooltip if necessary to the outside. So we can get rid of
Interesting.
if we end up pulling this all across successfully.
Yeah.
All right. So we were just looking at mouse down, I think, is what we were doing. Let's go look at preview key down. Let's see just explore that for a second. Code completion window is up. Yeah, I think I want to put code completion in there too. I really do. All right, so here we go. We're gonna start grabbing these chunks and moving them across. Let's also put a to do here. It says, hey, we can probably remove this. I think this will actually. All right, so here we go. So we start here, find that, cut it. Hold on, start tooltip timer. We're gonna need that. Create tooltip timer, we're gonna need that. Get parameter tooltip, tooltip timer tick, show parameter tooltip if necessary. Load Avalon syntax highlighter. I think I need that too.
That feels pretty useful.
I'm going to grab all of these, reload templates. Yeah. I got some reload templates bit here. We'll have to figure that out. TBX code mouse down. That one needs to move over. I don't want this one, so I'm just going to cut these. I'm going to drop a marker right here. And let's go jump over here and throw some code in and just see how bad things get. I think things are going to get bad. I think we're going to see a lot of red. There we go. There's some red right there.
Some of the red will be fixed when more of the things move over. You said you were going to basically come back to that marker in a minute and there'd be further things that might be traveling, shall we say?
Yes. Ooh, look at this.
Interesting.
So that was the piece we just added.
Right, but now it's going to reference this, I assume, instead of text editor.
What's going on here, though? Object reference required for the non-static field member property. Text completion engine. Oh, okay. We need text completion engine. Let's go look at text completion engine. We're going to try to keep that marker there because I'll come back to that in a second. All right, let's not do it here. Let's do it here. That's what we want. There, the text completion engine. So, set text. This is the place where we need the begin update and end update. That changing internally, every other one was, I don't think, needed. It's only here. This is where we're actually changing the text, I think, on it. I think, am I right or wrong on that? Text completion engine, set text. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, text completion engine parameter tooltip is open. I'm going to grab these two while we're at it. While we're looking at these, I'm grabbing both of these. Last line shown tooltip. What's space width? Okay. And you're just in those spaces. All right, cool. What's up above? Measure string. All right, I'm with you. Last parameter tooltip. Template engine. I think all this is coming across.
Yep.
Is nav key. I think this is part of it too. Not used. Interesting. Okay. Template engine. Code changed. All right, so it's going to be to here. That's what I think.
That's a nice chunk of code.
It's going to get messy. It's going to get messier before it gets, you know,
Yeah.
gets cleaner.
But it will get cleaner, and this is still a good direction to go.
We'll see. We'll find out. Ultimately, we'll find out. You won't be with us, my friend, when we find out. You're going to have to leave soon, I think.
I think maybe I got 10 minutes or so, and then yeah.
Yeah, we're not done in 10, but I appreciate your help all the way up to this point. I do like this when this is happening here, right? Everywhere we were using the text editor in the other place, I like that happening.
Well, it's that usual effect. You get a degree of encapsulation. You sort of declare, here are the boundaries, and now everything inside of the boundaries is concerned with this one thing. And that's what we're doing. We're dividing that main window code into things that are to do with the editor, which we're taking away and moving sensibly into an editor thing, and other stuff which we're happy to leave in place. And now, when there's a problem, we won't have the two things sitting there making each other a little bit confused. You know, it just clarifies things.
Agreed. I'm going to call codeeditor.load here. And I'm going to replace the load Avalon editor, which is only called from there, with this. And actually, I need this too. Whoops. I need... let's do this in two groups here. 2 steps. Okay, there's my load. Load text completion engine. This guy, anybody using this? Any more references here? Set event code. Hide all code change status UI. I think this. All right, code completion window is up. Grab that. Careful not to blank out, you know, not to lose focus on this, because I just realized, oh yeah, this is going to be not hard to. So button reload templates. So I want to come in here to the code editor and choose call reload templates. And text completion engine. I'm going to call reload shortcuts here. And in there, I'm going to move text completion engine down into that. Okay. No, these aren't looking good yet. I'm still working my way. Start tooltip timer. TBX mouse down. Pretty sure that's only in the other one. Okay, save code changes. Show status code is saved. Hold on.
The mechanism of saving is unique to our particular mechanic, though, isn't it? Or are we looking to include that?
No, I'm keeping it out. I'm keeping it out, but I'm going to. So this, yes, no, I totally agree with you. I just want to come over here and make this public. Make that public, and make that public right there as well. Okay. All right, let's go back. Text completion engine. What else do we got in here? Code completion window is up. Nobody's using this. I'm going to take that out. Bring it over here. Okay, continuing our tabbed index reference search. Oh, good. Only 2. Set event code. Call code editor.set completion text code, like that. Okay, and I think this is now in there, like that. Good. Okay.
Mark, the main window which you're actually in there, does that warrant having a changing internally, or is that a thing that's actually supposed to be now in the editor?
It does, because it's used. It's. I think the cleanest way is to not set changing internally to true, or to add the begin update only when we're setting the code for it. But changing internally is used in a number of other methods to just verify that, you know, should we be responding to the events that the text has changed or not. So that's what we're looking for.
Okay.
Okay. So what are we down to? We're down to this last one here. Reload trailing effects. Refresh completion providers. All right. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to say the code editor dot refresh completion providers. Pop that in. That'll be my last one. Did I hit control dot? Nope, I did not. I hit a control /. That's weird. Let's go declare that method. Wait, I'm confused as to what just happened. Oh, I think I navigated to something. Home control Z. I said I wanted to declare it, and something happened. Declare method. There we go. That's what I expected. I think I may have hit another key and brought up another UI at the same time. Okay, finally, text completion engine can now come back. This we have no more references to, I believe. Good. That leaves and comes in over here. Okay, now what do we got? Modifier. Excuse me. Appreciate you being here with us today, by the way, Rory.
Oh, my pleasure.
Focus selected item. Okay.
Right, so this is for our IntelliSense drop-down list of completion.
This is kind of some special behavior where if the escape key is pressed and no code completion window is up, then we could pop out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Is nav key. There's his nav key. Hold on, let's go back and find his nav key.
That's right. We previously thought that wasn't used, but that's arguably because the place that was trying to use it couldn't find it.
Yep. All right, so there's my is nav key right there. Tooltip timer, we got to go find that. Any references to this guy? Nope. That's good. Yeah, this is, by the way, I find Tabtinic's reference incredibly powerful with regards to refactoring. Yeah. I use it to manage more complex refactorings. Okay, what's going on here? I don't understand this at all. Are there two param attributes? Safe invoke. Safe invoke was one of my proudest moments when I figured out that, I thought, at least. Basically, yeah, okay. So I'm going to kind of copy this because I don't really, I'm going to copy that, bring it over here, maybe just change it to dispatcher.invoke. See if I have any other calls to save invoke in here. Nope, okay, good. Okay. Get parameter number. Get parameter start, offset. Put a selected item. Okay. Take those two. Yeah, it is reassuring that we're going back here, right? Like so far, I feel like I don't think I've tried to be pretty careful about not losing focus, and I don't think I have.
I think we're going pretty well.
And so I'm like, okay, yeah. So far, I don't like. Sometimes at this point, you get this sinking feeling where you're like, oh, there's parts I don't know about, and you know, save code changes. Yeah, so there we did an event on save code changes. I think I'm just going to give them, well, it is public. I'm going to take this line of code and I'm going to just add it manually right out here. That's in the call to load. So I'll add it right out here. So let's say code editor. Text completion engine request save code changes. Good. So we've got our save code changes out here. The second call to it comes from button update event handler. Okay. Which is where is that button? Update. Is it visibility's collapsed? Does this thing even show anymore? I may have. Yeah, I don't ever show it anymore. This was old code, but it's okay. Just, you know, making things kind of work. What do we got? TB code key down. Nothing happened in there.
Wow, that's not doing a lot.
Let me get that back out. Okay. What else do we got? Preview key down. Did I miss that? I thought we had that working.
I thought
yeah,
you
it's
did.
moved. It's moved over.
Yeah.
So this looks like an error that's not really real anymore. That one's similar and similarly, I'm pretty sure that one's working. Yep, it's an Avalon editor too. Okay, there we go. Focus selected. Oh yeah, well this one, so this is a little tricky. I gotta bubble this one out. This is like a special kind of case scenario here. TBX code preview code down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to come back over here. Just anything happening here? Nothing's happening there. Let's kill that. Let's go back to when we initialize the editor. Somewhere in initialize game. Hook editor events. I want code editor dot text editor dot preview key down. And now I can put in this code right here, which checks to see, hey, see, that's the code editor. Code completion window is up. Sweet. Then we can focus. What this does is, if I'm hitting escape in the editor, Rory, and no windows are up, it removes focus from there and puts it back in the list. So I can kind of escape to get to the parent list, escape to get to that parent list, and then enter to jump back down. So it's just a fast navigation that's going on there. And I heard a beep over there. Is that your time to leave?
It's a message saying, where are you? So yeah, basically.
Excellent! Unbelievable! Good design!
Thanks, Rory.
Awesome!
All right, bud. I will see you on Tuesday.
All right, buddy. We'll see you on Tuesday next week.
Have a good one.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. Thanks.
Cool story, bro.
All right. Thanks so much to Rory for helping us out, pair programming with us. Some great work there. All right. Look only a build. That's interesting because these are already. Those are already fixed. I thought we verified that. Build succeeded. No errors. Oh, it's too bad. Roy just missed that. Okay. Build solution. All right, let's look at this. Yeah, I don't think we need the event. Because if that's all we're doing, but we don't have, what's invoke code completion do? Ultimately, we get out to here. We need the text completion action, which we don't have. So I think what we need. All right, hold on. I think we still need the event, but we just need to hook it elsewhere. We need these two lines of code inside the Avalon editor sometime after its constructor, I think. All right. Now are these working? Good. Good. Are these fixed? Let's try rebuild. Okay, we've got some problems because the app is running, I think. So it's trying to overwrite the DLLs, but that looks like it's like a really good sign so far. Let's try one more time. Rebuild the solution. That was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to see way more problems, but also a testament to Taptionic's reference, and also I hit the num enter key a lot. Hold on, what's this going on here? Code editor, object reference, changing internally. Because we haven't loaded the component up yet. I kind of want to fix this. Seems unnecessary, that particular changing. This seems unnecessary. Here's where we really want it. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do, hey, look, if we're not null, then we're going to go in and do this. All right, let's run it like that. I was thinking about teasing and pulling out these begin update and end update calls. Boom. All right. That's got to happen after that initialize component call. So hook editor events needs to happen later. Like there would be a good place to do it. Okay. One more time. Okay, we got a resource over here we need to move across. C#.xaml. There it is right there. I'm going to move that up over here. Did it move? There it is. It moved. Okay. Now it's going to change to Avalon edit. .c#.xaml. Let's run that. Set a breakpoint if we can. Still no. Got to include it as a resource, I think. It's probably my problem. Maybe the properties didn't come across. Embedded resource. Exactly. Let's see if that works. One more time. There it is. Run. All right, waiting for it to appear. At this point, it is going out to the Google Sheets, I think. Oh, we get this problem again. All right, there we go, though. We bypass that. We come out over here. And we go to code. Let's go to Sandra. She's got create destroy water, looks like that. Let's copy all of that. Let's go to bless. Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. Saving. I'm a little worried about that. How did we lose that functionality? I feel like there was no... That's so weird, that saving showing up here like this. There should have been an error if we changed any code. Here's what I was going to try and do. I was going to do this and then try to click on Fire Event. Looks like it's working. That's super cool. So the code editing changes. Oh, and here we got this. So maybe it just took a while for that to come in, or no? I don't know. No, it's back over here. It says saving. Let's change the color of this. So bless is, well, we don't really need the water. We can do a spark shower instead. Make it green, so it's about 180 is the hue. Notice we're seeing this. We're seeing the tooltips come up. That looks good. This comes in here. We got code completion as well. That's nice. Spells. That spell casts sound. Let's go see if we can find the sounds here. Bless. I actually kind of like the water sound for bless, actually. Let's hit undo. Okay. And let's try one more time. Fire event for bless. That works for me. That works for me. Okay. We have this weird saving thing. I'm not getting that at all. If I make a change, will it save it? Maybe it's okay. Maybe there's just an edge case kind of issue right there. Let's see what we've got here on Guiding Bolt. Spellcast effect. I think we've got a lightning in here somewhere. Thought I had lightning. Well, I can throw fireworks out there. Delete these others. Let's fire that event. I didn't see any fireworks, I think.
14 plus 8 hit with 15 radiant damage.
Command is null. Execute command. Shortcut binding. I think I hit control space is what I think I hit. I think the shortcut bindings aren't loaded. Because we need to register them. That's what I think. Let's go see what's going on with these. Here. Reload shortcuts. I think that's the problem. Okay, we'll get out of there for now. We did not use. We did not get the dice. Oh, we did get the dice eventually cleared. Okay. Let's see if we can invoke the reload. Reload templates and shortcuts. Okay, so my theory is this is coming back empty. We only got 3. But command is null. Are all of them null? All of them have a null command. What's wrong with that? Ah, I think this is my problem. I'm looking for the type in here. Okay, let's kill it a second. Let's do a search for this namespace. Only in this project. Can I do a name of here? For the name of that namespace? That looks like that works. Okay. I should similarly find and fix it here. That's a good move. Okay, cool. Let's try again. E-Sharp Queen, thanks for the follow. All right, let's do that. And now do we have commands that are good? Good. Now we have commands that are good. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, I think she's pretty good at the Russian voice. I agree. Humorless doesn't like my access key anymore. I'm gonna have to get a different access key from them. Yeah, you liking it, Pudding? Well, thanks. Yeah, I think it's going to get more fun, and when there's more interaction, we have the cards actually working. I think it's going to be, really, really fun for viewers as well. So, Pudding, if you're not, if folks aren't sure what Pudding's talking about, he's talking about the other stream where all the special effects, all the code that we're writing here are used on. It's over there on twitch.tv/dragonhumpers. I mean, when we replace Zephyr, I don't want to replace Zephyr. I think he's got some great abilities, and I just want to refine the ones that aren't, amazing. That's what we want to do. So Zephyr's the best option. I do like the younger, the puppet Zephyr. Okay, so now we got Blessed. There's our cast piece right there. I think I had done, isn't there a sound? Yeah, there we go. Add, spell, cast, sound, that, and then if I hit escape and then control space, that's what we were testing. See if that control space would work. Also, I'm not sure, but I saw there was a selection embedding, but I don't know what the selection embedding was. Not sure what it was for. Just maybe we can find out in the code if we look at the code. These are coming from, hey, how you doing?
How are you?
Pretty good. I can stop anytime.
You sound like an addict.
I'm not an addict.
I can stop anytime.
We can stop anytime.
Who's out there? Hi, Pudding.
Pudding's out there. Pudding is saying the show was really good last night. Was really fun.
Ah, thanks. You know what my stupid husband said? Pudding, that there was too much female energy. Like there's any such thing.
You'd
How
like to.
dare you?
You'd like to exaggerate. I just said the balance was just a little female. It was just a little bit.
You know what, Pudding? I've been dealing with over male energy for a long time. I mean, not from you, but from other people for a long time.
I think it's time to. Do you want a lunch date? You want to have lunch with me?
Yeah.
Okay, can't kiss on Twitch. No kissing. Not even puppet. Not even puppet kissing, please. I think I'm gonna have lunch with my wife. Coding Girl is out there. There's a lot of estrogen on that cast. It's just like got it all over me after the show.
Gorilla?
Yeah.
You shut it.
You shut it, Coding Gorilla.
Shut it, buddy.
Do you want to have a lunch date? Are you?
With you?
Yeah, with me.
What do you got? What are you bringing to the table?
I-
What are you literally bringing to the table?
I did my one monthly workout just yesterday. I got like some little bit bicep. You want to feel it? No, don't show it. It's not gonna end well. And the great Merkman. Yeah, it balances out Murky with Murky and Zephyr's ego. Okay, great.
Zephyr's ego does not contain estrogen. That's for sure.
I think this selection embedding is coming from the. It's coming from the spreadsheet. Register spreadsheet ID. Let's go see who's calling this. IDE, that's the one I want. So let me grab that and try to open that up. Jetson's coming in. Jetson is in the house. All right, I'm gonna pop that up, and then I'm gonna say, I'm gonna replace it with what I just copied to the clipboard, and that should tell me shortcuts are down here, this tab. Let's close the scroll here, kids. Ah, this is what I added. So these are my shortcuts. I've got selection embedding here. So when I hit the divide key. So to test that, I select all of these, hit slash, there we go. Sweet, the shortcuts work. All right, that was really cool. We have not yet integrated it, but we've got the Avalon editor plus the tooltip, plus code completion, plus shortcuts, plus code templates as well, I think. Right, templates are here, let's test those. If should expand to give me the parens with the caret between. Let's see if that works. If, aha, nice, it's all working. /M, is that gonna work? Give me a Marquis here. There it is. Sweet. Okay, so we've got templates, TF for try finally. Let's do one last test for there. Let's do the TF in there. Nice. Really beautiful. Okay, so we've got that as a control, a WPF control. I guess next Tuesday we'll integrate it in with the card editor. Because tomorrow we've got kids code on this same channel. We're going to be, we're visualizing math concepts using code and Unity, so C# and Unity. That's tomorrow. My 10-year-old son joins us, and he's actually learning how to do all of this. and learning how to use CodeRush as well. So we're learning how to write code faster too. And that's tomorrow, and also on Saturday we're doing that. We're doing that as well. So you can see us tomorrow morning. Then I'm going to end the show. Let's get a raid going for you guys. Thanks so much, everybody, for hanging out. That was a pretty heavy refactoring day, but turns out not too bad. I'm going to call that relatively successful. I'm going to throw you over to Brian. I love O'Bother, but I'm going to throw you to Brian Lagunas. He rated us a while back. Send you over to him. Say hi to Brian for me. And have a good rest of your day. And if I don't see you till next Tuesday, have a good weekend. Thanks, Pudding, for your comments. Thanks, Coding Gorilla, as always, helping out. Jets, I'm glad to see you. No, we're not having pudding for lunch. And we'll see you guys all later, kids.